In this video, we have a look at this brand new lossy mini monster truck, and then we modify it. And then we compare it to what else is on the market. By the way, I've got a massive competition going on at the moment where some of you guys can win a whole load of cool toys just in time for Christmas. You can win the latest iPhone 16 Pro, the latest PlayStation 5 Pro. Also, one of you lucky viewers is going to win all of these 10 RC cars. $7,000 of RC cars, and one of you guys is going to win them. And also, we've got a mini monster truck bundle as well that one of you guys are going to win. So check the link down below in the description box if you want to win all of this lot. I've got a new toy. So I've already got all these radio controlled monster trucks, and I've even got a real one. So why do I need another one? The real one is too big to use all the time. The Primal RC radio controlled monster truck, although it's the most fun I've ever had with an RC car, it's also too big and heavy to use all the time. Next up, we have the Lossy LMT, which could be the perfect everyday radio-controlled monster truck. However, if you want to use it indoors on those bad winter days or rainy days, it's still too big. So I made this, my very own mini indoor radio-controlled monster truck. Trouble is, you got to make it from bits and bobs. It actually worked really good indoors, looked super realistic, but they take hours and hours to build. I used a Monster Jam Gravedigger toy, a couple of radio-controlled crawlers, and a load of other parts. So hopefully, to save all that messing about, we got the Lossy LMT Mini, which is smaller than the bigger LMT, but bigger than my little homemade one. Hopefully, it's going to be the perfect size for some mini indoor Monster Jam. I've actually got 4 of them here. I'll tell you a bit later why. Look at this thing, it looks super realistic. So I've built my monster truck to almost the exact same spec as the Gravedigger. And just like on the real monster truck, it's got solid live axles, 4-link suspension, 4-wheel drive, centre drive shafts, engine in the middle. Here's some specifications. Here's what you get in the box. So controller, batteries for the controller, LiPo for the truck, and charger. So everything you need to play with it, all in this box. Here's a quick size comparison. So here we've got the battery charging up on the USB charger. Then we're going to try indoors and outdoors. I've also just ordered a Traxxas mini monster truck that hopefully the postman's going to bring in a minute. Redcat have just come out with this mini monster truck. It looks suspiciously like my Game Over truck. We've got that on order as well, so hopefully that will come in this video. I've also got this FMS Max Smasher. We're going to have a look at that in this video too. And here we got the Son of a Digger Lossy mini monster truck. The same as the Gravedigger, just Son of a Digger. And here I've got a whole load of aluminium upgrades from Trill. Aluminium axle housings, we've got a better AGF servo, and the Furitech brushless motor system. That's going to give it probably about 3 or 4 times the power, and we're going to do all that in this video. Anyway, battery's all charged up, so let's go rip. So steering, yep, adequate. It's only brushed, but for indoors, got more than enough power. So here, I've got a few jumps that Jacob made, and I'm going to put a link down below where you can get these from. He's got an eBay shop. There's all different designs, like all different angles. They've got these little clips on here so that you can lock them together like this. Got a few crush cars as well. So let's set up a little mini indoor Monster Jam track. This looks like a backflip wall. Now I'm guessing they're probably going to slide around a little bit, so you might have to tape them down. So we're going to give all this a go in a minute. But first, let's try it outside. Oh, mate. What do you make of that? Don't like it? Humble wumble footage. So the brushed motor's plenty fast enough for this little truck. I wonder what the brushless is going to do. The suspension does not seem to be moving that much. I think the oil's probably too thick or the holes are too small in the piston, so we'll have a little look at that a little bit later. So on the high grip surface, it does tend to fall over easy, so it should be better in here. Oh no, you saw in the last video when Ginge got involved, he trashed it all. Right, off my editing chair. Off. Oh, you need a little bit of practice in here. Got to learn how to drive it, especially one-handed. Oh! If you look at that suspension, it's like barely moving at all. So we're going to take it apart later on, have a look inside the shocks, maybe we can drill the pistons out, maybe some thinner oil, but we've got to get this moving so it looks more realistic. Right, let's do some upgrades and then we're going to have a look at some other monster trucks as well. And don't forget, one of you lucky winners is going to win all of that lot. And also the mini monster truck bundle. But wait till the end because the bundle is going to get bigger and include upgrades. So link down below if you want to win all of this lot. Anyway, upgrades. I've got an AGF servo here for the steering. A Furitech brushless motor that's going to give it about 3 or 4 times the power, hopefully. Some Trill metal axle housings that's going to give us a little bit more weight lower down, should make it more stable, give us durability, and also these look cool. So that's enough waffle, let's get wrenching. Oh man, look at the quality of this. All machined out of a solid piece of 70-75 aluminium, or aluminum for you Americans. Also comes with screws and bearings. Oh, look at these cute little knuckles. So here is all the Trill stuff that I'm going to use to build up this front housing. We do have to take apart the old housing because we need the drive shafts and the diff. So that's all the front axle, rear axle. It's got the same centre section of the housing, but then the rest of it is a lot more simple because there's no steering. You could make it rear wheel steer, but I think this video is going to be long enough, so we're going to save that for another video in the future. And if you set it all up with a Spectrum radio, you have your front steering here, and you can have it on a toggle switch on the rear steer, the same as on a real monster truck. Enough waffle, more wrenching. To get the differential out of the existing housing, you've got to strip the whole entire thing down to split the housing. On the new housing, it's a lot easier. You'll see in a minute. Hey, got them in the end. Just look at the amount of screws that have come out of it. Madness. You've got to do that every time you blow the diff. And now if you look at the Trill housing, there's 4 bolts on the back here. You pull that off, diff's in there. You haven't got to split the whole housing. Next up, AGF servo. Check this thing out. All metal cased, all metal geared. Check out the horsepower. I'm going to put a link down below in the description box if you want to know where you can get all this stuff from. All the Trill stuff, the AGF stuff, the cars, stuff to win. Everything down below in the description box. Next up, we've got to centre the servo. For that, I'm going to use a servo tester. And if you hit this button here, that's going to put the servo in neutral. So you just plug that in there. I have ordered some Trill servo savers, but it hasn't come yet, so stock for now. Look at that, it's quicker than me. There we go, 1 aluminium axle housing complete. And you know how it goes on because you see it come off, so quickest way that I know to get it back on. Boom! There we go, check this out, man. Next up, let's get the rear axle on there, quickest way that I know. Boom! Next up, Furitech brushless motor. Oh, check out that cute little brushless motor. Look at this cute little brushless speed controller. Let's get it in there. Jesus, that's tight. That's what she said. We could run the risk of forcing it. She didn't say that. However, if we strip it, it's going to be very difficult to get it out. Trouble is, it's probably Loctited on and little screws like that. It's just going to strip it off. That's why I didn't bother putting any Loctite on any of it, because it's going to be difficult to get it apart again. So, let's get a bit of heat on it. And while that's heating up, let's get the speed controller off. We get soldering iron, hold it on there, and we should start to see some smoke coming out of it in a minute. You could use a blowtorch, but I can't find mine. Right, we've got smoke now. So now, should be able to get that off. Oh, look at that, easy. Easy peasy. Next up, we can get the new motor in. And pinion on. You've got to be very careful doing stuff up with the ugga-dugga, especially these tiny little screws. So I always go in afterwards and to the last little bit by hand. Otherwise, you're really going to run the risk of stripping these poor little screws off. There we go. Almost ready to rip. However, we need a receiver. The old system had the receiver built into the speed controller, but this one hasn't. So I've ordered a new receiver, and I'm going to use it with my DX5C. And then in future, if I ever want to add rear wheel steering, we can use that toggle switch there. So while we're waiting for the postman, let's have a look at their Max Smasher. So first of all, you're going to notice it's a lot smaller than the Lossy. The tyres are narrower and the chassis is more like an old school monster truck. On a modern monster truck, you got the cradle, all the drive shafts are straight, the engine's really low down. On the earlier monster trucks, they're more like a standard chassis, just with big axles. And talking of axles, this has got portal axles. It gives it a lot more diff clearance. And for crawlers, I love it. However, for monster trucks, it's not very realistic because monster trucks don't use them. With a monster truck, you've got such big tyres anyway, you've got a lot of diff clearance, and also you want maximum durability. When you've got the portals, you've got all that extra leverage trying to break the end of the axle off. Not an issue with a toy RC car, but with a real monster truck, it would never survive. I'd rather go realism when it comes to these. Suspension-wise, there's no shocks. It's just springing on the springs. Body comes off with these clips by the looks of it. And this is a hard body. Inside there we've got the motor, gearbox, servo, speed controller, ESC and the little LiPo. It says on the box it's got a 2-speed transmission. Also it says on there it's got a differential, same as the Lossy, but it also comes with a locker and metal geared servo. Here's some more techno babble. Where's the controller? Super basic looking. Good for me though, because I can reach it for one-wheel driving and filming. Oh, postman! Thanks mate. So here we've got the Traxxas monster truck. Also look, the brand new Mini-Max has turned up. I used to call the actual Max the Mini-Max, but now Traxxas has come out and made a smaller one and called this one the actual Mini-Max. But there's going to be a video coming out comparing the Mini-Max to the Max to the X-Max. Also got a Traxxas rally car and this new Traxxas boat. So we'll have a little look at this in a minute, but first, let's check out the Max Smasher. So to turn it on, we've got the switch on the controller, switch on the car, steering, and power. So this must be in crawler gear, and here we got an obstacle. Oh, look at that, straight over. So it should be good for a little bit of crawling, and also put it into high speed bashing. And there, look, that's where we could need that locking differential. It's just wheel spinning there where it's cross-axled. I will eventually build myself a little dedicated mini crawler track, but at the moment, I think it's just more fun crawling it over crap you got laying around the house. And here I've just started work on my Game Over Primal truck. Quite a lot of damage on this when we had that massive crash. So we should have this back in action soon. Anyway, we've got a switch on here, so that is low gear. And then this, high speed. Oh, moonwalk. Hold on. We get moonwalk out of this. Oh, wheelie. There we go. Oh, look, I've got another ramp here that I bought a little while ago, but I haven't even unboxed it yet. Let's have a look what this is all about. Boom! It's supposed to be for these little wheel things here, really, but perfect for us geeks with RC cars. Backflip. Oh, no. I reckon that could backflip, you know. Ah, oh, nearly. Anyway, shall we see what this contraption does? Right, that must go on there. What? Whoa, Jesus! Oh, Jesus, that's going to go through the ceiling! So yeah, It's alright, nowhere near as nice as the Lossy, but it does have the 2-speed, so you can use it for crawling with that diff locker. So next up, let's have a look at the Traxxas, and then hopefully by then we're going to get the receiver turned up, then we can try out the modified Lossy. I think Ginger's a Traxxas fanboy. He didn't like that one, but let's see if he likes a Traxxas. Yeah, Ginger, look. So this one here also looks like a classic monster truck. This one here's got straight axles, so a lot more realistic looking. Size-wise, a little bit bigger than the FMS and about roughly the same size as the Lossy. What do you reckon? Do you like that one? No, maybe he's not a Traxxas fanboy after all. To get the body off, it looks like it's got a clip here. We've got all these lights in there. Brushed motor, double shocks, axle mounted servo, 4-link suspension all round. Shocks, oil filled? Maybe. Comes with a battery and an USP charger. So you plug that into there and that into an USP. While that's charging up, let's have a little look at some techno babble. It does look a little bit like the original Bigfoot. Metal geared servo. It says in here that only 1 shock per wheel is oil filled. Got more specifications on the side here and more on the bottom here. So it says on here this is a Traxxas TRX4 MT. So this one here is a normal Traxxas TRX4M. The axles look exactly the same, just the monster truck's got a chrome cover. Both got the same motor in there, probably the same transmission, same speed controller, but the chassis is different. Look, this has got like a built-in cradle. The crawler chassis is a lot straighter. Anyway, we've waffled so much, the battery's charged. Boom! Steering. Oh my God, that's the slowest so far. The speed. Yeah, it's quite slow. I think it's going to be more for like the old school realistic car crashing, if anything. I mean, the diffs are locked on this one. On this one here, they're open. So I suppose let's see how well it crawls. Check out how cool it looks. Can the Traxxas crawl over all this lot? Oh, it hasn't got the torque for crawling. Well, it's not really... No, look. Oh, well, it did it, but it's not really got enough torque to really crawl. Come on, Ginge, make friends with it. Oh, he's out of there. He doesn't like the RCs. Oh, he's getting brave. Ginge is getting brave. Anyway, let's see what he can do with a jump. So here we go, backflip. Nope. Jump. Not really. Smaller jump. Oh, kind of. Here's full speed. Really? Yeah. I don't know. I think it's got to make its mind up if it wants to be a crawler or a monster truck, because at the moment, it's neither. Postman just came, and look, we got the Redcat monster truck. We'll have a little play with that a little bit later, and also the receiver. So now we can get the modified gravedigger going. It's the quickest way that I know to get that in there. Boom! So that all fitted in there perfectly. I could have put all these wires underneath. However, I prefer it to be functional so you can work on it easier if you have to. Space-wise, it fits perfect. We can even use the stock connector so we can still use the stock battery. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the Redcat. Oh man, check it out. That looks almost exactly the same as my real Game Over monster truck. It's got the C10 body, it's red. Only trouble is this white stripe here is painted on, but if I put one of my Game Over stickers on there, that should cover it up and it's going to look exactly the same as the real truck. The same as the Lossy, solid axles, 4-link suspension, metal drive shafts actually. If you look at the back, it looks like it's got rear wheel steering. It hasn't, but it looks like all you got to do is chuck a servo in there. It should be really easy to do a rear wheel steering conversion. Size-wise, it is a little bit smaller than the Lossy. So this could possibly be the perfect indoor mini monster truck. We'll have a little drive of it later. So it's got a clipless body, a little thing here, similar to on the Lossy, metal chassis, and if you look at the bottom, it's wider at the bottom here, and then it gets narrower on the front. Very similar to the CRD chassis on my real monster truck. Also comes with a lipo and a brushed motor. Suspension-wise, it's got oil-filled shocks, but just like the Lossy, it doesn't seem to have as much, but it's got even less suspension travel than the real monster truck. And if you look underneath, look, you could fit much longer shocks on the real monster truck. The shocks go all the way up here to the bonnet, or the hood for you Americans. Anyway, pretty excited about this one. We'll have a little play with it a bit later. Next up, let's see what the Lossy does on 2S. Whoa, that's livened it up. That's just on 2S, it can do 3S. We'll try that in a minute. Here we go, full power. So definitely more acceleration, but not really much more top speed. So next, let's try 3S. So this battery's got an XT60, and this has got that little thing there. So we plug that into there, and then that into there. I should really put that connector on there. I probably will eventually, but it's probably going to be too fast anyway on 3S. Anyway, let's see what happens. This is going to be complete overkill. Whoa! It'd probably do a standing backflip if that weren't there. Staircase of Doom. Oh! Oh! Yeah, 3S definitely too much. If I wind it up slowly. Here we go, full power. Oh! Oh no, we broke it, but luckily I've got these upgrades here from Trill. So these stock links have got a lot of slop in there, look at that. So if we look at this son of a digger, brand spanking new. Look, the same. So these ones here, hopefully going to be stronger and less wobbly. What do you reckon, mate? Yep, Ginge agrees. Cutest cat ever. Look at his little paws. Boom, there we go, all fitted, upper and lower. So now if we look at the slop, still a little bit, but a lot better. Look at the stock one. So GPM also make a load of parts for the Mini LMT. So these bits here, these are all going to go onto Robbie's one. Boom!
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
And then we'll do a little indoor freestyle. You up for that?
Yes, mate.
Look at the quality of that machining. Boom! And just like that, he's got all the bits fitted.
Mate, it's changed the car. It's a bit of weight down low.
Yeah, right. Let's go rip. Oh, almost forgot. We've got to make the shock softer. So if we give it a drop, watch. See, that doesn't move at all. It's just solid. Ginge drop test. Ginger's got the absorption. All right, let's get a shock off and see what we can do. I think the lid doesn't come off on these. You just got to take it off from the bottom. So I think the oil in there now is 17.5 weight. I've got some 10 here, but I don't think it's going to make that much difference. So I'm going to have a go at drilling it. So I've got a 1.5mm drill here. I think this hole here is about 1mm. So let's see if we can open it out without stabbing ourselves. Oh. There we go, bigger holes. I'm also going to change the oil as well. Get some of that 10 weight in there. Then get this lot here all put back together again. Feels a lot softer. Ah, let's do the rest of them. Boom! There we go, all fitted. Let's give it a drop test. So the blue son of a digger is stock, and the grave digger is the one that I've just modified. So just playing that back on the old editor, it has got a little bit more movement, but these things haven't really got a ton of suspension travel. Real monster truck's got a lot more. It definitely moves a lot better. Next up, quick little rip on an indoor skate park, and then we're going to be doing our mini indoor monster jam. Here we go. And the Redcat, we're going to try that one out as well. Freestyle. First up we have the Grave Digger with the Trill upgrades. Next up, Son of a Digger with the GPM upgrades. And lastly, the stock Redcat C10. We pretend it's a game over. So Grave Digger first, we're just going to run it on the Onyx 2S LiPo. It's way too much on 3S. The suspension definitely looks like it moves a lot more. We'll do a bit more slow-mo now. So just like in real Monster Jam, you guys are the judges. You guys choose who wins. So I'm going to attempt to make a poll. I've not done it before in the video, so I don't know how to do it. But I'm going to put a link to the poll down below if I can make one. You guys can vote, and then you guys choose who wins. Also, put down in the comments who you think wins. So, Gravedigger, Son of a Digger, or the fake game over. Oh yeah, subscribe, because look, 72% of you viewers are not subscribed. So subscribe, because subscribing's free. And if you hit the notification button, you're not going to miss any of my videos. Right, Gravedigger freestyle. Screw fell out the drive shaft. Maybe we should have put some Loctite on there. Let's quickly get that back on there. Right, let's go. To the moon! And check this out, we can really see the suspension working now. Next up, the Son of a Digger with all the GPM upgrades. Let's have a quick look at this, man. So this whole entire thing is pretty much metal now. Look at that, all the axle housings, sway bars, axle ends, even the entire transmission, look, and the belly pan inside, look, metal battery plate, metal shocks, metal shock mounts. Let's rip. Hold on, that's a bit slow. I was on 50%, look. Let's give it 100. Oh, that's better. Here we go, here we go. So this one here, brushed motor. So the Son of a Digger has got a lot more aluminium upgrades on it, and that makes the weight even lower down, and that makes it even more stable. Guys, please do me a massive favour. If you can like this video, it really does help the YouTube algorithm notice my video. I put so much effort into filming and editing these videos, so a like really helps. Appreciate you guys. Next up, let's give the Redcat a little blast. Oh. A lot slower than the Lossies. Could probably do with a little bit more power, to be fair. But now for indoors, it's pretty good. Right. Freestyle! Here we have the mini monster truck mega bundle that one of you guys is going to win. There's a link to that down below in the description box. We're going to get the Traxxas TRX4 MT, the same one that you saw in the video. You're going to get a brand new Lossie LMT Mini. This one here is stock, brand spanking new, never ran. Here's the Gravedigger that you saw in the video. This one here's got all the true upgrades on it and the Furitech brushless system. To control it, it also comes with the latest Spectrum DX6C, and that's fully set up, so it's all going to work. Also, you're going to get the Redcat and the Max Smasher. Winner of the competition wins all 5, and I'll ship them anywhere in the world for free. So the Redcat, definitely a lot slower, and because it's a lot smaller and lighter weight, this one here is going to be a lot more suitable if you're going to let a kid play with it indoors, if you don't want him trashing everything. The Lossies, a lot heavier, they've got more performance, they're faster, they're bigger. GPM versus Drill, oh, they're really similar. I mean, both of them, I can't fault them. Both of them look absolutely perfect. You can get both of these companies in different colours as well, so you can get these in blue and these in black. The GPM truck's got more upgrades on it, however, you can get all the same upgrades for the Trill as well. Price-wise, if we look at GPM versus Trill, they're pretty similar. Some of the parts are a bit cheaper on GPM, other parts are a little bit cheaper on Trill. But they're both epic. Whichever one you choose, you're going to be happy. The Fury Tech brushless system, that worked perfectly on 2S. It's about the same power, a bit more punchy. On 3S, it really wakes it up. The AGF servo, loads more speed and power, a lot more accurate. Look at it, it just looks so cool as well. There's going to be a link down below in the description box if you want to know where you can get all of these parts from. Do you want to win one of my RC cars? Click here. Click here to subscribe and become part of the crew. It's free. Or click here to see one of my other videos.